Paving the Way podcast. Welcome to 5 Minute Mondays with your host, Medusa. Come listen to some fascinating stories, affirmations, wisdom, and even a few interviews of people that have paved the way and are paving the way in their journey of success. Listen to their timeline of adversities from traumas to triumph, and also listen to some guidance of life and even a few workshops of living your best life, digging deep and understanding the science of happiness, learning how to bounce back, the art of being present, 7 reasons to be mindful, the power of gratitude, and so much more. Paving the Way podcast with your host, Medusa.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to 5 Minute Mondays. And your host, Medusa. Welcome again. So glad I am sitting here in this amazing new studio. I did it myself. I'm pretty impressed. A lot of finagling, a lot of moving around, a lot of getting rid of stuff, but it is pretty damn cool. You can check out full versions of the Paving the Way podcast and Trash Talk on my YouTube channel, which is Queen of Carnage, Medusa. And you can see some neon lights and, some remarkable things. And the only thing is that when I was transitioning and moving things a little bit, I think I broke the boom stand for my microphone, so it's a little off, but it is doable. So I am searching for a new boom arm for my microphone. So there's that. So guys, ladies, I hope you're having a great Monday morning. Today's 5-minute talk is out to my ladies. This is for the ladies. But however, men go through menopause too, as well. Hence the word menopause. There's so much meaning in that word, and it can go so many different directions. And there's a lot of jokes about the word, but it's something to be taken quite seriously, if you ask me. Because when I was younger, vibrant, and didn't have a care in the world, I would just think that these women that were just changing around me were just batshit crazy. And I'm like, God, stay in your lane, woman, get a grip. What the hell? And then us younger ones would just shake our head but I mean, we wouldn't voice it. We didn't have social media to put it out there. We just thought some things in our head and we just went on in our day and we were kind or whatever. But now it's out there. People are mean on social media about body shaming, especially when women get older. So what's really important to me now that I have a platform and a voice is to use it in great areas. I bullshit and tease and have fun on my Twitter account because I've been a pro wrestler my whole life. And I jump into character sometimes and I just, I have fun with some of the kids out there, which I let them know on the DM, on the down low, on the back end that, hey, I'm going to attack you out on Twitter, and just have some fun. And they're like, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's have fun with this. But in real life, you just can't do that unless you have a full Twitter army to protect your ass and you're still going down. You know what I mean? And so when I say these are just my thoughts and process of life and of course, knowledge and wisdom, because I am 60 years old and I've lived it and I'm living it. I'm just now going through just menopause. And I know that seems a little late for a lot of women. Some women go through it in their 30s, 40s, 50s. I mean, because our women are getting they're so young when they're developing now. And I really believe that has a lot to do with our intake of our food. And the pharmaceuticals that they take, and it's just a quick fix. And I truly believe that America is so flooded with crap in our food where probably 30 other countries don't even allow in their country to have half of this shit in their food. And I think we are a dying breed here in America just by what is allowed in our foods. I think that needs to be really controlled and looked at, from dyes to the aspartames to the bioengineered to guys. They have bioengineered, lab grown meat. And they don't even have to tell you about it. And you wonder why our little girls are getting breasts at 8 years old, and having periods at 9. And I mean, it's genetics. No, I'm not a doctor, but what is injected in the milk nowadays? What is injected in our foods? And oh my God, it's a perpetual, just a spiral, it's horrible what's happening here in the United States. So I feel that I've lived a pretty good, healthy life, considering the job choices I've chosen in my life, from beating people up for a living and then driving monster trucks for 18 years and having the truck beat the crap out of me. I can say that I'm very, very lucky and blessed that my body is still holding up. Trust me, I have my days where a little stiff and sore, but the key to this is keep moving. However you got to do it, try moving, keep active, keep fluid. Fluid is the key word. So that's very important to me. As I'm doing this podcast, I truly believe too, I quit drinking coffee now for a couple years. I drank coffee when I was younger, and then I quit it for like 8 years. And then I started drinking it again. And then I just quit like 2 years ago. Oh my gosh. I've always been a big tea drinker, and I believe in tea, the right teas, the correct teas, the organic teas, real teas. And right now I am drinking milk thistle and dandelion, even with the stems and leaves, and turmeric. Now that is one of the best combinations you can to keep detoxing your your liver, your bladder, everything. It just, your whole body, is milk thistle especially. It's just so amazing. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm choosing this for me. But look it up, everybody, and make sure you always consult a doctor before you do anything, right? We say those things because I really mean it. You might be allergic to something, and it's not propaganda. Oh, she's just saying that because now she's got to cover her ass. Well, you know what? It's not for everybody. So these are my choices, and I can only recommend for you to go ahead and look into it because it's a great detox for the liver. So today, since menopause is a huge thing right now, and I see younger and younger women going into perimenopause and then I'm just 60 and I've just started mine. And there are huge repercussions that happen. And I cannot imagine what these girls go through are at a young age. Man, I didn't start my period until almost 18 years old. And I just ended it like a year ago. Like, how crazy is that, right? So, good things and bad, I guess. Hopefully my menopause don't, last that long because it's so late. But I don't know if that's an actual thing, but I'm just hoping and praying. Okay. But I do want to shove this out, just really out there into the universe, guys. And guys, this is probably good for you to listen to, because then it helps understand what women, you just like, why is my wife or girlfriend just fucking batshit crazy? And why is she just all over the place? Why is she nice to me one minute and just a crazy woman the next? Well, it's an imbalance of hormones. And let me tell you, I woke up one day and I couldn't move. My muscles were sore. My husband couldn't even hold my hand because it hurt so bad. Like, I couldn't raise my arms above my head, everybody. My husband had to help me get dressed. That's how crazy it was. It hits everybody different. Now, I had little to zero night sweats at all. See, the sweats didn't affect me at all. It was the body, like it was depleted. So I saw, of course, I saw my OBGYN and she saw the peri, and I told her, with the perimenopause at the time and then going into menopause, it affects everything with a woman, not just her thoughts and reactions and her soreness of her muscles and the aches. But it stops you from doing a lot of things. Like, you can't move, you can't have the energy, but it is also just, oh my gosh, it is also a big property of sexual discomfort. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about. So it is all about that. So all of a sudden, you're having this wonderful sex with your husband, partner, and you are like, it's painful. Like, what is going on? Like, it feels like sandpaper razor blades. I hate to like gross you guys out, but that was a thing. And so you go to your OBGYN, what is going on? You think you have this, you think you got that. Oh my God. And then the emotions start flying. You're emotional wreck. Your husband doesn't understand it. You don't want him to touch you. It's not because you don't want to be touched. It's because, one, it hurts, or two, you're emotional. One little thing he does, you're just like, mother effing fuck. You're off. And it isn't them at all. You just don't know. You're just trying to understand what this is. And it's not in the books. No one educated us on this in school. Did they? No. I know they didn't with me. And hell, I didn't even have a mother that educated me on any of this. None at all. So if you have, a family member, a mother, a friend that helps you with you, God bless. But I had zero and had to figure it out on my own. So it spirals, everybody. It just one thing to another, to another, to another. So with the sexual and discomfort, you go to your OBGYN and she suggests, creams or this or that. And they go by a blood test, and your levels need to be a certain amount. I'll have those numbers or something if someone asks me questions, or, you can just go to the, you can just ask me questions if you want. But, and they go by only certain numbers. And so they'll say, oh yeah, your levels are kind of where they're supposed to be. So we're just going to give you a little bit of cream, and you put this here in between your legs or inside your arms, and you change the area, intermittently or whatever and you're like, oh, okay. And you want like instant gratification. You want instant, and it doesn't. It takes 6 months. You're like, the fuck? What is this? This is crazy. No. And so, again, this affects, women differently. And so, it's not working. And so I'm like, oh my God, there's got to be. Okay, so what I did is I went to a hormone therapy doctor. Ladies, hormone therapy doctor is your key. Your OBGYN is awesome. And I don't know if some of them do pellets or some don't or whatever, but they have to go by what they're given as far as blood levels, what they need to go by to do anything, which is horseshit. Okay, so go to a hormone therapy doctor and have them give you your panel, your blood work, and they're going to hopefully give you a consultation first. It usually costs some money for a consultation, and it should be about an hour long at least. Have all your questions, and then she's going to suggest some things, and then you do your diligence and figure it out. And I'm glad I did, because I chose to do pellets. So when I went there, guys, I went to my OBGYN, and my levels were so, and she just offered cream to get past the vaginal dryness and the pain and, the mood or whatever. It didn't work. It did not work. It works maybe for some women, but what I have heard, it's very few. So I'm like, I can't even get dressed. It was the darkest 6 months of my life until I found this hormone therapy doctor. And to get in was 3 months. And then to try, I had to live in pain for like a year before it even started to get better. So I am not kidding. So I saw her, got the blood work. It came back like 0 testosterone, 0 estrogen. How was I finding the strength to get up out of bed, to cook dinner, clean the house, travel like I do, pick up big ass heavy bags? I'll never forget, guys, I kind of travel heavy anyway to the normal person, to me, but it wasn't heavy. But just a normal business bag. I could not pick it up to put it in the overhead. I struggled. A woman that could lift heavy weights, I could not put a little business bag above in. Oh my God. So let me tell you. So when she told me I had 0 testosterone, almost 0 estrogen, I was like, okay, what does that mean? She's like, that's dangerous. So if you want to do this, it's going to be this. And I recommend these together. And then once you're on that, you have to take progesterone, to help balance out. And so that doesn't cause cancer. There's so much to learn, everybody. So make sure you ask your own doctors, you do your own research. This is just my experience. And so I got the pellets. Estrogen, testosterone, and then I take progesterone at night. I take it at night because I feel like I'm loopy on progesterone. I feel like I'm a drunk SOB. Like I slurred my words. Like I remember a long time ago, it was on Twitter, and it was a famous person, and I can't think of their name. If someone can think of it for me, let me know. But it was like a year or 2 or 3 ago, whatever, and somebody went out there and went on a rant. And then she got, oh my God, she got pummeled by the Twitter people, right? And she came back and she's like, I remember this because I was like, it sprung back into my mind about about this Twitter thing. And I'm like, this chick was telling the truth. And so she came back on like a week later or like the next day to defend herself. And she's like, guys, I just started taking this medicine. It's progesterone or something. And it made me feel like I was drunk, and I had a glass of wine and I didn't even know what the hell I was saying. And everyone's like, shut up, you dumb bitch. And what you said was bullshit. And And I kind of saw that and I'm like, yeah, right. Okay. But I don't go out there in public and, humiliate people, unless it's a work thing on Twitter and when it's pro wrestling. But anyway, yeah. And then fast forward and here I am and I take progesterone. Thank God I take it at night before I go to sleep. That way I'm not driving. Oh my God, I feel loopy. So there's some truth to that. So whoever that was, I can't remember. That person had to be telling the truth because I don't even dare to drink any wine on progesterone because I'd probably pass out. So, okay. So this all goes together. See, it's never 5 minutes, but it is 5 minutes Monday, 5-minute Mondays. So what we're going to talk about today, ladies, is today I wanted to address some important topics that affect many of us as we go through different stages of life. And one of them is menopause and hair loss. Let me tell you about the hair loss and belly fat. Just like there's like a pillow. It's just like a little pillow in front. It's not around my hips or my legs or my ass. It's just like somebody planted a fucking pillow right on my belly. Anyway, and hair loss. Let me tell you about hair loss. I have very thin hair, and I'm scared to death that I'm going to wake up bald one day. My hair falling out left and right. I was trying to figure out, is it the progesterone? Is it the testosterone? Is it the estrogen too much? I don't know. But yeah, like hair loss is a freaking thing. So supplement. So there's a couple of those. We'll get into those, whatever. But oh my God, hair loss and belly fat and the right supplements to take can all have a significant impact on our well-being. And additionally, I'm going to touch upon the importance of parasite cleansing. So let's dive in. Okay. First of all, parasite cleansing is not a very beautiful topic, but it's the truth, people. With the food in America, you want to cleanse at least twice a year. If you have itchy butts, like once in a while your butt is just scratching. I know this sounds gross, but I'm telling you, you scratch that bitch and y'all better be washing your hands and scrubbing underneath them fingernails. I am not kidding. You got a scratchy butt, it ain't because it's just sweaty. You got parasites, bitch. I can't tell you 100% if you do, but I'm just saying, more likely. Like, oh, I'd freak out. Like, my ass start itching. I'd be like, time to cleanse. But anyway, okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. But finally, let's talk about menopause. So this natural transition that I'm doing is a time when hormonal changes occur. So, and it can bring about various symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, and the changes in hair quality. And speaking of hair, many women experience like hair loss or thinning during menopause. So while this can be distressing, and I mean, there are supplements available that may help. All right. So please don't worry. When it comes to hair health, nutrients like biotin, vitamin E, and omega-3 fatty acids have shown potential benefits. Also, I take, like, guys, pumpkin seed oil, like in your protein shakes. Pumpkin seed oil grows the fuck out of your hair. It starts growing back. And hyaluronic acid is really good for joints, your hair, your nails, all of that. And hyaluronic acid, guys. So good. Hyaluronic acid has so many benefits anyway. So, these supplements can nourish your hair follicles, promote hair growth, and improve overall hair quality. And however, it is important to consult your healthcare professionals, like I said, okay? And then now let's address the topic of belly fat, that pillow I was talking about. And it's no secret that hormonal changes during menopause can contribute to weight gain, and particularly around the midsection. So While there is no magic pill for losing the belly fat, incorporating a healthy diet and regular exercise into your routine can help manage your weight and promote overall well-being. So saying that too, I just make sure, keep moving, keep stretching, meditate. People just throw all those words at you, but it's a routine thing, and you've got to find one. We have hectic days, we have kids, we have husbands, we have work, we have travel, we have podcasts, we have appointments, it goes on and on and on, right? Where do we find all this time? But if you don't take care of you, and you ain't going to be able to do any of that. So you have to have that routine. And my first routine of the day is I wake up, I thank God that thank you for another breath, seeing the day, make sure my dog is there, my husband is up and doing his thing. And the first thing I do, I jump out of bed and I brush my teeth, go to the bathroom and make my bed. And boy, let me tell you what a strong, strong day that begins, right? And so that stuff going into, you don't jump into eating. I start the water for the dog's food because she eats organic freeze-dried foods because that way it lasts forever. And we travel a lot, so we bring that food with us. And, I drink mud water in the morning. Mud water is a great product. It's very, very different than coffee. And so I started mud water, and it is organic, dehydrated, powdered mushrooms, not psychedelic tripping mushrooms. Woo, that'd be a hell of a day, especially on menopause. Crazy bitch on mushrooms. I can see the headlines today. Anyway, so it's mushrooms, right? And from lion's mane, oh my gosh. And then I put a couple drops of ashwagandha in there, and it helps for the memory and, because I'm mostly sharper in the morning and quicker. And as time and day progresses, I just, it kind of deteriorates. And it's no excuse, blah, blah, blah. And then I try not to eat so I can get that 24-hour fast almost, meaning the last food of the day was whenever it was supper. And then you don't have any food for the rest of the evening, all through the night and in the morning. And I try to have a nice salad or whatever I decide to do for lunch. And then there's enough time there to have some dinner with the husband. So there is that. Let's see. Trying to go back to here. So let's talk about exercising again. Let's see my mind. Okay, yeah. So even though we're moving and keeping that routine, you go into meditation, yoga, you want to work out however many days it is, but you want to make sure you're doing weights. You got to keep that muscle. Muscle, and it's burning fat. The more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. No shit. Yeah, look it up. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that, I've been a personal trainer. I am a yoga instructor. I do have some knowledge. So, anyway, go do your own research. Supplements also can play a huge role in supporting weight management during menopause. And so, some commonly used supplements include green tea extract. When I lived in Japan for years, you never really saw big, obese, overweight people in Japan compared to the United States. And it's not healthy. It's one thing to say, let's see, we're in the world of body shaming, right? Just because someone is overweight or they're whatever, it's not healthy, but it doesn't mean you can shame them either, right? They're not going through what you're going through, and you're not going through what they're going through. So unless you got something nice to say or guidance or reach a hand out, just shut the F up, right? So and I love helping people as much as I can. People are going to take a little bit here and there out of whatever you say, like during this podcast, and they're going to pick and choose what they want to use for them. And they're going to do their own research, and that's the way the world should be. Free speech, baby. So supplements. You have supplements that help boost metabolism. You have some that reduce fat absorption and support healthy blood sugars. Also, you guys, if you're going to be doing anything, even going to your health food store, make sure you consult a homeopathic or your doctor. Maybe there's some, remedies, home remedies, or, herbs you can't take because you are, allergic to them, right? So, and the reason why I say that is because, like, for deworming, like if you're going through your parasite cleansing and stuff, right? It's like there's ingredients in there you might be allergic to, right? Like walnut, whatever. It's just, just do your research, peeps. Okay. Now let's shift our focus to parasite cleansing. Parasites are organisms that live in or on another organism. And they can have a very negative impact from your eyesight to, I'm telling you, parasites are the main cause of basically everything. I would say it's a huge cause of a lot of our diseases. I'm just going to say disease, parasite. And the shit food people consume. Now, you can have organics as well. You got to watch what kind of organics you're buying and who you're buying them from and where. Because a lot of these foods now, people are injecting lettuce with crap. Be careful. Read your labels. Don't get scared. Just read your labels. I definitely would not buy my food at a grocery store that buys the organics from China. I'm not against China, not China people, but I want stuff that are, almost local, and they've got organics and where they come from, right? So anyway, there's that. So parasites are some crazy creatures. All right, let's just put it that way. You don't want them. Okay. So some commonly used supplements for these purposes include herbs like black walnut, wormwood, and cloves. These herbs are believed to have the antimicrobial, properties and may help eliminate parasites. So those three together, if you can find one with those three together, yes, for your parasite cleanse. And make sure you take just make sure you got to take another supplement with it to make sure that it passes through. So I'm not a doctor, not telling you what to do, but if you decide to do any of that, that's my recommendation. I do have a brand I use. And if you'd like more information, just go ahead and write that in there. I'll put this one up on my YouTube as well. That way you guys can go to the YouTube Queen of Carnage Medusa and go ahead and ask me some questions, and I can put stuff up there. It is crucial, people, to consult a healthcare professional before starting any of this, or any herbs or any drugs, pharmaceutical bullshit, whatever, right? In conclusion, ladies, menopause, hair loss, belly fat, and parasite cleansing are all important topics that can impact our well-being. The right supplements with the guidance of a healthcare professional can potentially support healthy hair growth, weight management, and overall vitality during menopause. And remember, it's always best to seek personalized advice to determine what is the appropriate approach for your unique situation, because each and every single one of us is unique. I know. I am fucking unique. I am an individual. That's right. So take care of yourself, guys, and just embrace this new chapter, women. It's a huge transition. Absolutely, absolutely huge transition of life. Menopause can kiss my ass, but I'm embracing it. I'm loving it. And sex is amazing. So until then, guys, peace out, love, and do well.